Salutations, boys and girls and kiddos of all ages. Welcome to another video of posing action figures with Toy the Poser, for I am your host, Toy the Poser. Now, this video in particular is going to come with a few, let's just call them reasonable excuses. But before I get into that, I want to thank all returning viewers and all my new subscribers. And to anyone that's actually new to my channel, I would like to say welcome, and also say, here on Posing Action Figures with Toy the Poser, this is not your average regular action figure and toy review channel. Just basically a simple showcasing of things that I like to collect and show off in the form of action figures and toys. And now to my returning viewers and new subscribers, I kind of want to apologize and say I'm sorry it took so long on coming back with a new video, but one of the main reasons why is because I have a new child. Yes, this is my new puppy. Well, he's a little bigger than when I got him. He grew kind of fast, but he's just, 6 months old? Anyway, so yes, everyone. This is why I've took so long to get to another video. All right, he's been a handful. So yes, I am a fur dad now, or what are we calling people that have pets as kids, or whatever they call themselves? Is it dad, puppy dad, or fur baby dad, or just simply pet owner? Whatever it is, that's what I am now. But I said all that to say that throughout this video, and probably ones in the near future, if you hear some rambling or barking or whatever in the background, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going to be that little guy. But now on with the show. And here's another little explanation that I should probably say as I get the show started. I'm not really a big fan of collecting the movie versions or renditions of action figure toys. But there's a caveat. I will collect them on a couple of occasions. Well, the first reason is if the action figure of the character is the very first version of it. And there's a strong possibility that that character isn't popular, or whatever isn't popular enough that they probably won't make a, let's say, comic book accurate version of him or her. Or if they just simply made a cool version of that character or toy. Okay, buddy. Here, I'm gonna go get him. Whoop. Okay, come here, buddy. You're gonna hit the camera if you stay right there. Come on. Oh, sorry. You are the biggest puppy ever. Can you play with your chew toy for a second? Okay. Just let me handle this. All right, here. Okay. All right. Just wait a minute. Just sit. Okay, wait. Hold on. Sit still. Okay, where was I? Right. Not a big fan of collecting movie versions of the character. Stop it. As in the case here, where we have the new or old or Captain America Brave New World, Marvel's Falcon, but it's not the other Falcon. And here, I'll explain it this way before we magical blip him out the box. In 2015, created by Nick Spencer and Daniel Acuna. I'm probably butchered that wrong. In the first issue of Sam Wilson Captain America, Joaquin Torres first appeared. It was kind of hard to find original first pictures of him, so please bear with me on this. Anyway, Joaquin first came to the United States with his mother and grandmother when he was just 6 years old from Mexico. And to make a long story short, he was kidnapped by a group called the Sons of the Serpent Society. Years later, when he got a little older, of course. But he was kidnapped by this group all because they were bringing live subjects from the border to give to this guy, Karl Marx, for experimentations. My apologies. His name is Carlin Malice. Sam Wilson heard of this, so he went to go rescue young Joaquin Torres. And for those who didn't know, Sam Wilson is the new Captain America at this point in time in the comics. Moving on. Now, although Sam Wilson was able to save Joaquin Torres and all the other Mexican immigrants that was being experimented on, apparently Joaquin Torres was the only one that could not be transformed back to his human form. Oops, I left the important part of the story out. So let's rewind back just a little. Scientist Carl Malice was using a group, an evil, malicious group called the Sons of the Serpent Society, to go kidnap innocent human refugees that was crossing the border from Mexico. And one day while they was there, they so happened to kidnap young Joaquin Torres, who was only actually caring for the Mexican immigrants that was crossing over and leaving them food and water, but got mixed up in the whole lot of them and was kidnapped along with everyone else. In comes Sam Wilson, Captain America, to the rescue, and where he found all the immigrants and even young Joaquin Torres being experimented on by Carlin Malice. Carl Marlis. I keep screwing it up. And while using the Sam Wilson's pet sidekick, or whatever you want to call ally, Red Wing, to perform these experiments on these refugees, Mexican refugees with Red Wing. No, I don't know how he ended up acquiring Red Wing, but mixing Red Wing with Joaquin Torres was turned into a human Falcon hybrid mutant. And because the bird Red Wing had vampiric DNA, which I did not know, and neither did you. So stop it. But yes, apparently Red Wing is technically a vampire. And because they use his DNA to turn Joaquin Torres into this mutated Falcon human hybrid, Joaquin Torres couldn't be turned back into his full human form. But his mutation gave him enlarged eyes, I guess so he can see like a bird. Um, Arms with feathers sprouting out of him, so he can flap like a bird. And feet, hands and feet like talons, so he can sit and perch like a bird, I guess, or a falcon, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, and which end up meaning that he donned a costume and started helping Sam Wilson, who was Captain America at this time, as the new Falcon. And along with his powers that he got from his mutation, he also has a mental link with Red Wing, who also has a psychonetic link with Captain America, or the Sam Wilson, who was once the Falcon. So they all three have a psychonetic link to one another. And now they do what superpowered heroes do, and which is team up and go around fighting crime and bad guys together. But of course, when it comes to the MCU, they didn't go along with that storyline. Because for anybody that didn't know, Marvel Cinematic Universe, the MCU, is technically its own universe, parallel universe, or alternate universe, or whatever you want to call it. And that's Earth 199999. I have to slow it down like that because I want to get all the nines, and I still don't know if I got it right. But in the cinematic universe, Marvel Cinematic Universe, Joaquin Torres is played by actor Danny Ramirez or something like that. I'm sorry. Anyway, but that's besides the point. And his origin story is a slight bit different. Well, it's a lot of bit different. Well, Joaquin Torres was a intelligence lieutenant officer in the United States Air Force, where he assisted Sam Wilson, who was the new Captain America at this time. And young Lieutenant Torres somehow acquired the old flight wings of Sam Wilson, who is now the new Captain America, and which made him the new Falcon. All right, so whoop, that's technically it. And because Joaquin Torres doesn't have the mutation like he does in the comics, the only thing really special about him was the wings, the old XO7 Falcon wings that he got from Sam Wilson. So I guess this is the part where I get behind the camera into giant mode and, open the box and let him out. Whoop. Okay, and here he is on the rotator, and I need to apologize. I mean, he wasn't just some guy in the movie. The wings wasn't just the only thing about him, so I didn't want to downplay him like that. So, Joaquin Torres, the MCU version of him, is a master pilot, master at combat, an expert marksman, and an expert hacker, which they do, demonstrate in the movie. And he's multilingual. And yes, he's still Mexican or Mexican American, or however you want to say it. All right. So, okay, buddy, sit tight. All right. So let's get him off the rotator and out of the box. All right. So let me let me show everybody the box. Okay. or people that like this sort of thing. Okay. Yeah, it's a box. All right. Bottom of the box. And barcode for people that like that sort of thing. We've seen the sides. Here's the top, and I guess brief demonstration, like, yeah, bio of him. So time to go ahead and do. Okay, buddy, just a little longer. All right, he's getting anxious, so let me get him out of there. All right, so magical poof. Okay. Ooh, that was a full. So I set right there for a second. Let's just talk about these accessories first that he comes with, which are two. He comes with two open or grip or clawing, whatever, hands. Okay. I guess this is the backpack to attach the wings, because he has another one on there. So does this count as an accessory? Yeah. It's so basically, I guess this is the clip on the wings, and this one is what it's supposed to look like when it's not wings are spreading. All right. Alternate head, but it still has his helmet on, which is, I mean, the other just covers up his whole face. This one covers up this part. So I'm like, what's the point? Why didn't they just give us an unhelmeted head? But anyway, all right. And of course, the I guess mechanical version of Red Wing. All right. So yeah, that Sam Wilson used to have. Okay, so speaking of its wings, let's move him back a bit. Left and right, of course. I guess I'll demonstrate it as I put it on for a minute. But anyway, I guess the guy piece here is that him, and we're gonna cold pose. Oh, this is a cold pose. He just came out of the pack. He just figures up. Well, this is kind of loose. All right, but still, he just figures up when you take him out of the pack. People, so I mean, I guess I'm gonna keep this helmet on instead of, I don't know. It makes no sense to. What's the point? I mean, neither one of them looks like. You know what? Oh, great. Just because it. Why does that? Man, that was a tight fit for some odd reason. But anyway, okay, let's just go with that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still torn between the two. But let me see what kind of cold pose can I get him into. Just ab crunch, and oh, he rotates. Okay. All right, he rotates with everything. So he has an ab crunch, not a diaphragm cut. I thought it was going to be a diaphragm cut, but he has an ab crunch. You know, waist swivel. All right. No boot cut, but swivel. So what? Okay, so we're gonna put that there. All right. Now Red Wing is just a flat thing. All right, it doesn't come with a stand or anything like that. So Can't put them on that, so we're just gonna port the wings in here. All right, and you know, they're not. To me, they don't port the best. Okay, so hold for God's sake. Hold on, guys. Okay, where were we? All right. I don't have any place to put him right now, so I'm talking about my dog. Okay, but anyway, okay, so and that's it. So okay, let's. I mean, I guess it would be. And you know what? This is probably the only figure I'm going to get from this line because, as I was saying before, we never had a Joaquin Torres in no form. So this would be the very first Joaquin Torres on Falcon in action figure. So yeah, he's going to represent Joaquin Torres even. But goodness. All right. There we go. And he has like little handles on his wings, but his hands doesn't hold them. So I don't know what was the whole point of that. Yeah, it's not like his hands can hold them, but the wings do flap, or I guess they are articulated. And I was gonna say that I think that when I seen other people demonstrate the wings on the Captain America figure, the new one, the Brave New World version of him, it seemed a lot cooler. So I wanted to get those wings and put them on this one, but I just didn't want to buy a whole new figure for that reason. But anyway, okay, let's see what kind of cold pose we can get him in. Okay, it's gonna fly here and fly there and fly everywhere. See, the wings kind of just fall out. So that, okay, all right. Okay, we're gonna cheat a little bit and turn his arm up and that right there, so it looks like has a better range of motion on his arm. And there goes the wings again. Okay. I mean, put his pack back on. Can it go? There we go. There we go. And I think that's about as cool as it gets, man. I don't know. I'll play later, but yeah, so let's put them on a rotator and close this thing out. Okay? Okay, and there you have it, everyone. I did the best I can because one, I have and it looked like his wings are kind of floppy. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But yeah. On the rotator and his posing, there you have it. Okay, I'm sorry, everybody. I'm gonna have to close this one out unconventionally, like I would do. I usually give them a size comparison, action figure scale size comparison. But I have a busy fur baby to take care of right now. And also, in the process of moving. So hopefully the next setup you see would be a little bit more stable, a little bit more quiet, less chaotic. All right. And these videos will go a little smoother. All right, than this one. But yeah, there you are. The MCU Joaquin Torres Falcon. All right. But so if you don't have which you don't probably, if you don't have this guy yet and you need a Joaquin Torres in your to build out your Marvel universe, this is the only version we have right now. So until then, but I mean, like I say, besides the fact of what he's supposed to be in the comic, this is actually a pretty cool looking figure for what it's worth, even for an MCU figure. So that's just how I felt about it. But like I said, I was really hoping that I would see somebody that was reviewing this line and would swap the wings from the Captain America and put the Sam Wilson new Sam Wilson Captain America wings on this Torres figure, because those wings seemed a little bit more articulated for some reason. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm not posing him right properly at the moment. But right now, okay, stop it, Zeus. Stop. Sit. Okay. Gotta go, everybody. Till the next video. Stop it, man.